reflex less light off my bald ass head. So, yeah, I don't think there's much to say really. Like, we have the MVP command. We also have a long-going vote currently going on in the Discord channel. If you use !Discord, you can find the D&D room in there, which will come to a conclusion in a week, pretty much. So get those votes in. But apart from that, I think we are gonna head into today's session. Last time, Eonar had nothing but troubles trying to get a rest. All attempts she did was just futile, so to say the least. Just more memories, just more dreams. Leading to no rest, no health or spell slots regained. Leopold tried to explore the sewers himself, but quickly found it to be confusing and leading to dead ends almost. Returned back, mostly spending days trying whatever they could. Eonar tried to whatever she could to get peace of mind. They ended up talking with the Forgotten Gods, which told them that they could offer you Eonar rest in change of time. Which Eonar accepted. She got her rest, but felt fully restored. And we're gonna start with once more trying to enter sewers, to try to find whatever source could possibly be there. So, what would you like to do?
Well, I guess we should check out this right side first, since did we check that out already?
We have checked all the paths. It's only the slime thing,
Okay,
the cube
I
thing,
was
and
tired.
whatever the thing in the that was in the that you tingle with your magic hand thingy.
That thing. That isn't locked away anymore, you mean?
Yes, that one also. I think that one could be more dangerous for other people, since I think the cube can't escape, since I think it's too big to fit.
I guess we'll have to deal with that threat first.
Yeah, I think that would be wise for us.
Well, light your lantern and go first.
I will light my lantern and start walking.
Oh well.
As we continue through the sewers, I would like be prepared for an attack at any moment from anywhere. So I will basically like today take my dodge action pretty much as we walk.
Very well. You do so. And the light all shines up. You had the bullseye light then.
Yes.
Yes, so you see far now, 60 feet ahead in bright light and an additional 60 feet in dim light, so you see better than you've done before. But the path keeps turning and twisting, and they're never really the full 120 feet before a wall hits or path turns. Yeah, you take the right path, turning into the same room with the chains. Well, when you get down, you do a left and then a right, so. And you pass by that chamber, that still being fully open. Nothing seems to have changed. You wade out in the deeper parts. You find this circular or torus rune that you found before. Untouched, unmoved. Still about a foot sludge filling it.
Keep my spear close.
Is that body still there that we saw?
No.
I would like to use thaumaturgy to cause harmless tremors in the ground, just to see if I can ruffle up some activity.
The ground starts to slightly shake from the incantation that Eonar said. And they kind of fade out, die. Something darts past you. Small rat is got scared about the moving earth. And I was trying to move, just get as far away as possible.
Could you poke around with your spear?
Okay. I will poke around in the mud. Whatever to call it. With my spear.
Well,
See if I
I'm gonna
find
back
any-
up against the wall and like be prepared to jump out of the way if anything tries to attack me.
roll investigation.
Me, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's
That's a what?
a 6.
6. Well, not poking around, just sinks without effort through and just hits. What you kind of sinks into something. Pull out the spear and it's just this untangible mess, like rotten. Not sort of if it's meat or if it's vegetable or whatever, just stuck at the end of your spear. It doesn't seem to be anything else.
Seems like the thing has moved on. Should we continue on this path? Like it was still a path that we did
No,
across the room.
it's a dead end.
Was it a dead end, this one?
Yeah.
On the battle map it was not.
I thought it was a dead end.
Nope. The tunnel still just goes around and continues. But
We never walked.
Okay.
We didn't continue walking when we meet the creature. Should we
Further in.
continue?
Keep poking with your spear as we go.
Yeah, sure. I will continue checking with my spear.
And I will like try and focus on behind us a little bit as we continue.
oh, roll a perception.
That would be a natural 20.
Well, you start looking behind you. You can almost feel the adrenaline start to pump. You're making you breathe faster and the heart beat stronger in your chest. Feel like you heard something. But not behind you.
In front.
A faint sizzle. Gone.
Stay alert, I heard something.
Okay, I will. We have a lantern in front of us, so
In front of you, the path continues. And soon seems to come into view this chamber. Stone chamber, kind of. A bit rounded at the edges, but pretty much square otherwise.
Is it a dead end?
Hmm. No, like there is a door at the end of it. If you enter the chamber, I would say.
Can I hear that sizzling anymore?
No. No, instead you hear the faint sound of flowing water.
Let's do another thaumaturgy, harmless tremors.
Oh, what armature? Ground against that shake. Does I need to do anything else?
I will prepare my spear if anything is appearing that looks harmful to us.
Could you cover the whole room in light for a few seconds? Check around, check the roof.
Yeah, I will look around the room then with the cone of light.
Start looking around. Roll a perception or investigation, your choice.
Let's say perception since I'm looking, so that's an 8.
8. Hmm. Will it be anything like its walls seems to be almost a perfect isolated chamber. The only thing you actually find is on one of the walls there seems to be some kind of a lever.
Mage hand that lever.
Where what?
Can we walk out of the water first? Like
It's a bit too late. Or can I stop it?
Like I suppose you're standing in the room when you mage hand.
I must see it, I think, so yes.
Yeah, mage hand is only 30 feet also, I think.
Yeah, the chamber is far smaller than 30 feet. It's like
Okay.
15 most.
Let me see. No, it's a point to choose within range, so I don't actually have to be in the room.
Well then.
But you need to know what is
Well,
there
you
also.
shown your light all over the place, and DM told us what we saw, so I assume I see it
Okay, yeah.
without stepping into the room.
You can probably angle yourself to not be inside the room and see the point. Yeah, the lever.
Very well, so I'll do that.
Very well.
I'm still beside Eonar. I don't move into the room since she doesn't want to do that, so we shouldn't split up
Oh.
more than needed.
So you pull out the hand and kind of grabs. Oh, sorry. And it pulls. You hear this kind of clinking sound as it goes. And barely misses you as the door kind of flies past you, like slams into the ground. And you can hear the heavy pouring of water on the other side.
Oof, drainage.
Yeah, the chamber is now close to you, and your hand disappears.
Why would it disappear?
Oh, What happened? It.
Can
I
I
hear
feel
water.
that my hand disappeared?
You know you're not concentrating on anything anymore. That's pretty much how you know.
Interesting. The hand disappeared.
Can you make it in there?
I'm gonna try and focus on the lever and throw mage hand again to pull it again.
Oh, well.
Because I don't actually have to see it.
Sure, roll an intelligence check.
Very well. That would be a 15.
15. You can't take a moment to concentrate. You feel like it's. The hand appears and you feel like it grabs something. It's not moving.
I don't think we can get through anymore. Can you try a crowbar? See if you can pry it open?
Is this a solid iron door? Or what is it?
Yes, it's kinda at least reinforced with iron as far as you can see. You aren't certain if the entire solid door is.
I'm not sure. Like, I don't want to get drenched in water. Also, but no. Let's try.
The water's still flowing on the other side.
Delicious.
Yeah, maybe it's time to go and burn some slime.
I guess. Let's head right away then.
Well,
We
you say.
do that.
So, you start walking back. Time hasn't passed too much, but closing into about 20 minutes or so when you enter. Oh, well, a bit. It's probably half an hour since you spent quite time to poking around in the other room, literally. And yeah, you see the very clean chamber in front of you, or the pathway. No
So
sludge,
now,
no rust, no nothing.
I would like to shoot a firebolt down the chamber. Or down the corridor that was so clean.
Well, what's the range of firebolt?
120 feet.
Well, as you see the flame kind of fly away along the corridor, reaching the end of its lifespan, it almost seems to die down. It kind of spreads over what is seemingly nothing at the end of the hallway.
Well, we know where it is.
did it
Shoot
hit
another one.
something?
Yep. 120 feet away. Hit an invisible barrier.
Okay, so I'm unsure if I can attack it from here. I don't see it. That
Just shoot in the middle of the hallway. It covers the whole hallway.
yeah, I will look out for the thing and I will try to make attack with my long bow.
Roll a perception.
That one went outside of the. Should I take it even if it went outside, or can I reroll it?
As long as it's
It
not
went
on the
outside.
floor, as long as it's not on the floor, it's fine.
Okay, well then I will take. That's a 10.
Yeah. Roll an attack roll with disadvantage.
Okay, so that's a 9.
That hits.
Okay.
This is pretty much a check to check if you roll a natural 1 or not.
Yeah.
But yes,
Okay.
your arrow flies, it kind of starts to go down before it kind of slows down, kind of sinks in, and slowly starts to evaporate.
I
Midair.
think that's what we were looking for. Firebolt!
Or well, yes, you start blasting away. So fire just and do that whining sounds as it flies through the hallway. Kind of starts to impact.
Is it coming closer?
It is.
I'm not sure if this is doing anything.
It's impacting something.
Well, impacting, you can impact a wall. You will not break a wall with an arrow.
Just save your arrows, Firebolt.
Or well. Well, roll me the damage of 9 firebolt.
That's 9d10.
Yep.
Should I also... I guess we are not counting crits then. Or trying to roll for crits.
Nope. And Leopold, you can also roll a longbow shot damage.
So that's 11.
Well, 11. And the wall, for every time the fireball hits, the wall is closer and closer, closer.
How close is it getting?
After 9 fireball shot, it's gonna stand right in front of you.
Oh, in melee range. We would have moved back before that, but sure. Whatever.
Yeah. I'm currently just checking how much damage you can possibly deal with 9d10s plus 11.
Plus 11.
Yeah, from Leopold's fire arrow.
One more. So that is a grand total of 48 fire damage.
48 fire damage. Also, that's 59. Well, the wall is definitely close to you now.
Well,
You start to see it's being singed in the corners from all the fire. Like you can actually see where the cube is moving just from the impacts and the salt that has gathered.
well, I would like to move 30 feet back and shoot another one.
Yeah.
Is it not? Like, is it like?
Or is it in melee range with us now?
Not really. It kind of stops there. Much all it can do as well. But it seems to have almost shrinked as well.
I will move back a bit. And do you think my arrows did anything? I think your fire is doing quite well, but I'm not sure about my arrows. It only looked to go into it.
How many arrows do you have?
Well, apart from the one I shot that I don't think I will recover, I would have.
Arrows are cheap, and I back up 30 feet and shoot another
I have
firebolt.
18 arrows, so I could. I will support you. I will just fill it with arrow and move away also.
Very well, very well. You move away, fire again. Just seems to almost liquefied at as the second salvo hits it. Kind of just flows in and gives gives a small wave in the now sludge you're standing back in.
Yuck, yuck, yuck.
Start to slowly kind of get those same acid like fumes coming up from the sludge.
I would move back a few feet. Still,
You move back a
I
bit,
don't like acid.
kind of back up, and it kind of for a while fumes kind of stop. It just like nothing ever happened.
Let's move forward carefully.
Yeah. How many arrows did I lose?
All of them, I think.
2.
Oh, 2. So that's okay.
Very well. I'm gonna try and like hug up against the wall, almost try to climb up the side if it's like a little bit concave. Try and avoid the acid and start moving carefully forward.
Yeah.
I will keep a lookout for more creatures like that.
Sure, roll perception. Kind of hug the wall, walking past it, kind of gets in one of those indentations around, but otherwise it's pretty
5.
straight tunnel. Well,
What are your rolls, mate?
I don't
you
know.
believe you're keeping a good eye out. Nothing's gonna get past you. Yeah. Start walking through. It's again
I'm gonna
clean
try to be
hallway that's
very
currently
careful.
a bit covered in soot from all the impacts of fire. Nothing in the place, but a few. And the tunnel seems to keep going. Less sludge now. It seems to be becoming a higher elevation. Well, you start to hear that kind of, again, that flowing water gets louder and louder as closer you go. After a while, it's almost as loud, so you kind of have to get close or yell at each other for it to actually be heard. If you enter this, yes, as you enter this larger chamber that seems to have on one platform, and then you see a platform on the other side. But the platform's gonna end abruptly, and down there you see this kind of forcing water, kind of heavily flowing and hitting these pillars or arcs that once could be some kind of support structure for a bridge. It's now crumbled in some areas.
How far is it across?
Across this gap, it's around 40 feet total.
Uh, 40 feet, that's a bad number. Yeah, is there any way you could go on the walls around?
No, the walls are pretty flat all around. Like you enter this platform, and then the only other way would either be flying or using the kind of arcs that are still standing as some kind of traversal.
I don't like the word traversal. Stepping stones. That looks like death.
How deep is it?
From here straight down, it's about 20 feet or so before you
What
hit
is
the
up?
surface of the water. Up is it's not too high. It's again, it's like 15.
Yeah, but what is there?
Pretty much just this kind of dome-shaped stone roof.
Where's the water coming from?
Go from one of the side walls, one of the long walls, long side walls. Kind of.
Is
No water is coming from like the roof or anything. Everything is down the 20 feet. It's all the water.
okay.
Yeah, no, it's
Is the water rising?
no. Keeps a kind of steady flow in and out.
Should we climb up and walk across the water, depending on how deep the water is? Do I see any rocks or something I could throw down?
Climb up? What do you talk?
Well, isn't it like this? Well, what is it? Like it's a cliff.
Let me get out the whiteboard and I will try to visualize it.
I will take up the stream so I can.
Yes, we will go into the fight cam even though it isn't a fight anymore. There, you kind of enter from this side into a platform, something like that. Then you have a correct this camera so it can...
We can't actually see it right now, the battle map, aside from the one on your cam.
on stream.
I don't have stream open.
Yeah.
I can go in. I can take the chat away. There you go. I didn't read it.
These are the two platforms. You are currently standing on this one over here. These two that can represent you. No. Then the water's downstairs, but then you have these kind of arcways, or once was like arcs. Some sort.
How far between them?
They vary.
Across.
Like some of them have these kind of still solid platforms going between them. But otherwise, I just kind of stumps or pillars, and it was kind of once upon a net that was kind of 3 wide.
What are they made from?
These are made from rock.
Should I dry them out with my fire?
Dry
we
them?
don't... Yeah, if we have to jump over, I don't want to stumble. Or slip.
Sure. Shoot.
I will shoot a firebolt at the one that is to the left of me, the single one. Just to see if it impacts too much, it might actually break them. I don't want to break the bigger one.
Well, you've fired a fireball, kind of skids off and no impact. It's rock.
Did it look like it dried it off at all?
Maybe. I'd say.
How far between them? Like to put the first double thing from the platform.
Just
Yes.
forward is about 10 feet. Just straight 10 feet.
Well, I can't jump that.
Can't you?
Not according to the rules, I think.
Why wouldn't you?
The rules is based on strength. What is the jumping distance? I have never jumped in D&D.
Yeah, it should be a strength ability score, not the modifier.
Yes, and my ability score is bad.
You have 9.
No, it's 8.
Oh boy.
Yes, so I can't jump that. That's a bit odd that like you can be dexterous but still can't jump.
I mean, I have a score of 10.
Well, should still be able to make the jump, per se. Just gonna be a bit more difficult skill-wise to do so.
Is there any...
Not for a monk to not be able to jump.
Is there anything you could tie a rope to behind us?
Not Really? It seems if you want the rope, you will probably need to hold it yourself.
We could use rope, at least.
For what? It's only 20 feet drop.
I mean, have you
It's
looked
water.
at that water? You will get swallowed by it.
Is it? Is it really hard? Like
Yeah, it's like
We
proper.
can
high?
barely hear each other in here, by the way.
Yeah,
Ah,
it's
so
proper
that was
like
the sound.
foaming and just
So that was the
white.
sound.
Yes.
Yeah, I missed why the sound was so high.
I think we should tie ourselves together and make sure we go like that we are secure. One is securing when the other one is jumping.
I do I see anything on the other side that we could tie ourselves to if we come over?
No, it's kind of a similar platform with the same kind of doorway.
Do we have any way to tie ourselves on this side even?
No.
So if I tie myself and you will keep me and then I will go over, then I will be there and keep you safe.
That was what I meant. We tie ourselves together and the other one goes down low and holds on properly if one of us falls.
Yeah, sure.
I'm like, what's your way? What do you weigh?
It doesn't matter. We still both of us has to go.
Yeah, but I would imagine one of the lightest one goes first, maybe.
Well, I have a lot more equipment than you, so I think I'm a bit heavier.
Yeah. I guess if this plan doesn't work at all, I should go first because you would most me from falling in.
Hopefully.
Very well. I'm gonna take out my 50 foot of rope. And how much do you want in between each other? 15 feet?
So you can go across the whole thing.
How are you gonna keep that taut? Like stretched when we're close? Do these things look like they could handle the weight of two people?
Mm, say like they are still quite tall pillars of just stone. But they are stone.
I take my 50 foot, I tie one end to myself properly, like Locke has taught me.
Mm.
And I hand the other thing to Leopold, the other side
Yeah.
of it.
That end.
I
Keep
will
it
tie myself.
stretched,
Yeah. I
aside from
will.
when I'm actually jumping, okay?
Yes.
And I'm gonna walk up to the right side, the one that is like a longer one.
Or what?
I'm gonna walk up. Actually, I'm gonna take. Does it look when I walk up? Do I feel like I can jump it, or I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a leaping start?
Leaping stuff would probably help. You would lose a bit of control, but it's longer, so you could. Yeah. Both options are doable.
Yeah, my strength is 10. I don't think I want too much forward momentum during this, so I just look at Leopold and try to see if he's holding it and leaving like the length I need to make the jump. And I'm gonna try and do it without first running because I think
You
the
have to
forward.
do that.
Yeah, I don't want the forward momentum.
You have to do that according to rules at least. 10 feet.
Oh, you have to take
You
a
need a
leaping
feet.
start.
You need a feet to jump or something.
I don't know these
I'll try.
rules.
I only know it because of the feet.
Very well, I will take 10 feet back then and do the jump.
Very well. Roll me an athletics.
Can I do acrobatics?
Nope.
Very well. It's just a one difference anyways, and let's see that nat 1 after the nat 20.
obviously.
Not this time. That is a 16.
16. You kind of take a breath. You start running, jump, and kind of feel it fly by. You always shoot a bit, but you kind of land and you have enough time to kind of sit down before you glide anywhere. So you are now on the first beam.
What do I have in front of me?
This god really seems to
Those
dying
the-
right now. What the hell?
Yeah. What do I have in front of me?
In front of you, you have a few different. What is one? Like your option would be to go either side at this point.
Yeah, I think I like the right one.
Oh, then it's this one you're currently aiming for.
Let me wait for the stream to catch up. Yeah.
Yep.
I guess I'm gonna have to take a little bit of a head start, and I'm not even gonna try to land on my feet. I'm pretty much. I don't think I can make that jump, so I'm gonna have to try and like be prepared to grab the edge if I don't make the actual jump.
Very well. So you're gonna go to this edge and kind of jump.
No, I'm gonna have to take. It's too far to just do a standing jump, so I'm gonna have to take the whole. Is there any? What's on these rocks? Is it like dust? Is there vegetation on it? That what I'm standing on?
Seems like damp rock. That's it.
That's no fun. Okay, I'm gonna test to see. Just do like a couple of steps to see how slippery it is first.
For you, not that much. Your hooves kind of make up for it.
All right. Well, let's go for it. So I'm gonna go back, take a couple of steps in like a running thing, and then just try and leap off the edge towards that thing.
Sure.
And
Roll
hopefully
another
not
athletics.
destroy myself. And I hope Leopold has let out more rope for me, because otherwise this is going to be
I
bad.
have given you more rope, yes.
13.
13. Take the few, like 3-4 steps you can do and kind of leap. You do this kind of heavy land, like you have your hands on the other side, and you kind of hit like everything in your stomach, but kind of slowly drag yourself up. You're now standing on this far.
Just gonna stand there for a second to catch my breath.
Yep.
So this next one is closer.
It's a bit closer. Yes. Not far, but a bit.
It's also a more narrow one.
Yep.
Well, just gonna take a second, catch my breath. We don't need to rush this. And I'm gonna then go for the next jump.
Sure. Roll another athletics.
11. They're getting lower and lower.
You jump. You kind of feel like you know you're not gonna make. You kind of grab. You hit the edge. So do me a dexterity saving throw as you kind of pummel into the side of the pillar, trying to grasp whatever.
Oh, that's 20. Total 20.
That's a total 20. Yes, you kind of grab, kind of burrow in with your nails. You kind of pull yourself up. And you're kind of standing, almost balancing on this more narrow bridge.
Alright, gonna try to balance my way to the end of it.
Very well.
After catching my breath once again. And is it that looks close enough that I could actually just step over it?
That's just artistic misinterpretation. It is closer. You still have to make a bit of a jump, but it is closer.
God damn it! I was hoping to just put my feet up against that while I'm holding the rope. Well, yeah. I guess make sure I have somewhat solid ground underneath my feet and jump over.
It's harder on this one, so this time roll me an acrobatics instead.
This is where the nat one comes in. No, but it's not good. It's 8.
8. Again, you kind of fall, like, but you don't feel like you get enough length to it, so you kind of again land. Nothing to grab on as you're trying to just scratch yourself up, hanging on the final ledge. So, one more dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. 11.
11. But with a lot of kicking, kind of grabbing, you kind of feel like your finger starts to rip against the rock. You ever so slowly kick yourself up, you kind of just lay there. See your nails are kind of broken in several places, bleeding in a few. But you are over.
And now that I'm here, I can't see anything I could attach the rope to.
Not really, no. Like, you are almost stretched the full entire length of the rope at this point. Like, it's stretched over.
Yeah. Is it like a brick or almost like a cobblestone thing that we're standing on, like this?
It's more
bridges thing?
cobblestone.
Yeah. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna jam my hoofs into like next to any cobblestone where I can get where the cobble stands up maybe a little bit, so I can get a little bit of grip. And I'm gonna try and sit down properly and like put my hoofs in properly and make sure I have a good and signal to Leopold. Time to come over.
Sure. Roll investigation for me.
Investigation. All right.
Yes.
Those, but we'll see. That is a 12.
12. You believe you find a place where this gives you enough leverage, or at least a bit more. And yeah, Leopold, he seems ready to hold on to hell and high waters.
I will take the same path she took. Like I will take a running start to jump over there.
Well,
Try
you do
to
so. Roll me an athletics.
not 20.
Natural 20. You gallantly just kind of flows through the ground, do this kind of tumble as you land and stop like middle, not even close to an edge. And sit up and correct the rope that got a bit tangled as you rolled. Yeah.
And
First
then I
turtle
will take
cleared.
Pull in the
Oh.
rope, of course, again.
Left or right? Yeah,
I will take
in
the right path. Same
Take the
path as
right path.
she.
Very well.
I will take a short running start and try to
Sure. Give me
jump.
another athletics.
Yeah. So athletics, that's a 4.
That's ooh.
You
You're
heavy ass.
jumping. On the last step, you kind of slip, so you kind of fall. So you aren't even close to the pillar or the top of the pillar. You just fall. And yeah, he's now falling through to the ground, and you kind of hit the water. Immediately gets you kind of gets like a water in your mouth, so your nose kind of starts dragging. You kind of little, I don't know. You see as it kind of hits the water, disappears. The rope instantly pulls to your right.
Yeah, I'm gonna start yee-hawing as much as I can.
Very well. Roll me a strength check.
This is the moment where I realized I should have said I cut it away from myself before this, but yep. I might get drawn in with this. Let's see how this goes. Oh, that's a 10.
It's a 10. You start pulling and it kind of stops, but you kind of start to lift up from the ground as the pull just gets stronger and stronger. The more rope it kind of gives away. Your hand starts to almost burn. Get it like the rope burn as it's like starts to go. So you have one more attempt to do anything. Any of you.
I will. Where am I in the water now?
You are currently underwater. You have no idea where you are. You are just
I will
following with
try
the
to-
stream. Try to
I will try to
tumble.
climb the rope. Since I should have the rope should have gone past the pillar at least. The down pillar in the mid center. It should have gone around that one.
Yeah.
At least around one of them. So I will try to climb up to that.
Alright.
Like climb the rope.
You start. Don't roll me a dex save. Let's play like this.
So that's dex save. So that's 14.
14. With a lot of effort, a lot of breath going out, you find the rope as you're tumbling through and you start to pull yourself up. And you feel that it gets heavier as something seems to be fighting against the tide.
I'm not gonna be trying to pull. I'm just gonna be trying to hold on.
Alright, well, roll me another athletics check.
Who? Me or? Okay, Eonar.
17.
17. You hold steadfast as you see as one arm after the other, Leopold kind of pulls himself up through the water. The resistance starts to give a bit as more and more of his body gets underwater. He just gets closer and closer. Soon enough, he is at the edge of the platform and kind of pulls himself up, kind of coughing whatever water and other things are mixed in the liquid. And you pull yourself up on the other side.
Oh, nasty stuff.
Yeah. You don't smell that good.
Neither do you. I don't smell that much. A bit.
Yeah, let's not do that again. And I will collect my rope.
Very well. You do so. Drag in your rope and you are on the other side.
Yes. After you?
Sure. I guess I will have to light the lantern again.
Definitely,
Or was
it's soaked.
Yeah, but it managed to not dilute the oil, I guess. It has some.
No, it just takes a bit. Probably would have to dry the back a bit.
Yeah, I will try to dry it out a bit.
Actually, a few minutes and a few tries, but soon, after a while, you get enough oil pulled again back out, and it starts faintly burning before flaring up.
Okay, ready to go.
Standing there just looking at you. Go.
Yeah. What do we see?
On the other side, it's hallway seems to open up, and it's a nice change of pace as the sludge seems to disappear. There's still quite a bit of ill-smelling and rotten moldy things lying around, but it's not like you're wading through any sludge anymore. And the hallway seems to open wider as you go. You pass by what seems to be like just a collection of rotten wood. And you start to see a glow and far end of this hallway tunnel. What you want to call it.
What type? Could you tell me what what the color is it? The intensity? Is it flickering?
The color seems to be shifting between like a sickening dark green and a purple. You're almost slowly changing back and forth.
Roughly how far away?
At this point, it's just outside the reach of the lantern. It's a bit about over 120 feet.
Snuff the lantern. Snuff the lantern.
Oh, I will turn it off.
Oh, you turn off, you're standing in complete darkness. The only thing, Leopold, you can see is that faint, shifting glow. Then
Yeah. I will try to memorize the path if it was any rocks or anything that I could stumble upon before I turn off the lantern, but...
it seemed like it.
Yeah.
Stick close to me.
Sure.
Stick close. And
Yeah.
I will try and guide him while we stealth forward and like point out where he shouldn't put his feet.
Well, roll a stealth. If that's what you do.
Yeah. I will be stealthing forward at least.
Yeah, same.
Yep, there's the nut one.
There is the nat one. Leopold?
21.
21.
Like opposite sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum right here.
Leopold, you are kind of getting these moments like she told you to stealth. You are doing this. You know what to do. You are stealthing fine. But Eonar, as she's almost maddening or it's like pretty quick and a lot louder than you probably intend to where you should put your feet is pretty much this is not stealth at all.
Should we try again, Eonar? Or should we just skip the stealth because you're more stealth when you're not trying to be stealthy.
Annoyed, she will just stand up. Well, you go first then.
Oh. Well, okay.
You have that one color to fixate on, that's it.
Yeah, well, try to look for that. Look for that and watch my step. And also try to stealth. Like, be sneaky.
I thought the stealthing was over, so I was just gonna walk up.
It's pretty much over, yes. Leopold is still stealthy. He's still royal 21 in stealth, but yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna wait and let him go first.
You enter this kind of cylinder, half cylinderic room. Kind of forward wall in the middle, and then the side still seems to curve a bit behind it. And on the wall, the forward shooting wall, is this metallic pieces with runic inscriptions slowly just pulsates with this light source that you saw that was coming from the center seems to be open. Similar to when the hag summoned those creatures. With the addition of 4 outside, almost floating in the air kind of orbs. It also contains some kind of runes or inscription.
Is there any signs of life aside from us?
Roll perception.
15.
15. So looking around, it seems dead. Very dead. You find like this corpse of a rat that seems to be gnawed on. It's left to die after a while. Nothing else seems. There is, of course, I forgot to mention the other entrance, as there are 2 kind of convenient entrances on either side of this chamber. Seem to be leading out in another hallway that gets dark after your dark vision doesn't reach further.
And there are no other entrances, so just 2 entrances into the room.
There's 2 entrances here.
We came from one.
Yes. If you're looking at the portal, you came from the left side.
And the right is the other one. Okay.
Eonar just thinks to herself, maybe that's the other path.
Okay. What should we do here? Can we sabotage it?
I don't know. Should I use my mage hand to try and take one of the runes?
Yeah, let's rearrange them.
Well, I'm 30 feet back.
I
Very
will
well.
move away
Which
from
one
it.
are you gonna
also.
grab first? Again, I'm gonna switch to the fight cam here real quick.
Yeah, can I see? And so I guess you have all of the runes painted.
I do.
Okay.
And actually hold in place. Let's see if. Yeah, that actually shows pretty well.
Let's
So they
grab the
are in.
hashtag.
Yeah. Let's tag someone.
Very well.
I'm grabbing the hashtag.
You grab the first one.
30 feet away with mage hand.
Kind of grasp around you. Slowly start to pull it out of whatever gravity it's holding it in place. This one. Dislodges. Now hovering in your mage hand. The portal starts to glow. The swirl starts to speed up. It dies down. Dollar.
Dice down what?
Dies down. The spin. The
Just dice down.
intensity.
Should we throw them into the water?
Now, is it still glowing in the mage hand?
No, the one you're holding seems to be just a rock. Point.
Right, I'm moving it over to myself with the mage hand, and I just put it into my leg bag,
Oh,
and I'm gonna send it out again. I was just thinking, do these match the symbols I saw on the corpse that I have
not
painted?
these four, no.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but let's grab. I mean, we might as well go for the T.
The T. This one.
Yep, that one.
Oh, well. The
Mage hand
hand
again, 30 feet away.
grasps on. It starts to pull. As it pulls, the portal starts to glow again. The orb does not move. It stays there as the hand starts to strain. And this pulsating energy kind of flashes out. Portal seems to almost be ripped open. You start to hear barking.
Take some other thing away. Fast.
What did you say?
Take one other thing.
This
Another room.
one what seemingly
If I have
large
time.
dog paw comes out, start to step out with these awfully long, like claws stretching. What do you wanna do?
I'm gonna run forward and try to yank the triangle with my own strength because the mage hand doesn't have a lot of strength.
This one.
Yeah.
Oh wow. Gotta run, jump, you gotta grab it, and you pulls out. You kind of see the pulsating again. You're like, you work. You kind of look around, and this large hound is staring you down, kind of dripping.
Uh-oh.
And I need you both to roll initiative.
What is the light level there? And how far away from the...
Currently, it is very dark. If you don't have your light.
Yeah.
Well,
The portal light has faded out to So you can make out anything that's standing in front of the portal, but that's about it. That's what you can see.
Yeah, and it's an action. I get to light the thing.
It is.
Yep. I would like to. Yeah, I can't do anything now. So
Did the triangle-looking thing actually dislodge from the portal?
It did.
All right, so I have that one.
Let me switch this over to fight music and I will draw this kind of room. Pathways leading to it. Best circle you ever seen. Two orbs levitating over there.
Oh, so that's where the portal is. All right.
Eonar, you are standing in the hallway. While Eonar is kind of standing here grasping one of the balls with... This should be the one. Increase the audio a bit again. It's a bit low. But yeah. It's my dice. So. Leopold.
23.
23. And Eonar.
2.
2.
I rolled a 1.
So, Leopold, you are the first one to react as this monster seems to be closing in to the first living thing it sees. But you are almost blind in this space. As of
I will light my candle. No, bullseye lantern.
Well, you light it, you kind of glows up and you kind of see this dog instantly turn to you. These fangs almost not fitting in its maw. It seems to have almost like hunchback going over. His head is really low to the ground.
Is it looking at me at the moment?
It is currently looking at you, yes.
I will move. How far away am I?
You are... Actually, I forgot my measuring sticks. Oh well, we'll do it. Where's my other? Use this one. Works just fine. From the dog itself, I assume you are looking for?
Yes.
You are about 20 feet away from it. Or 15.
I will move 50 feet away.
50 feet away?
No, 30 feet. 30 feet.
30 feet away.
Yes.
Oh, so you kind of rush over this way back into the hallway, I assume?
Yeah, and I will wave to the dog, like we do this to the dog.
Sure, roll.
Try to flash it a bit with a flashlight or something.
Sure, roll. Just roll intimidation.
Intimidation.
Yes.
A 4.
Oh, the dog seems to lose interest as the prey disappears into the hallway. It kind of turns over to Eonar and it's gonna do 2 attacks against you.
Yeah. I have a feeling this was coming.
So, the first hit is a 15.
That hits.
The second one is a 19, so both hits.
Yep.
You will take 11 points of piercing damage and roll a Constitution saving throw for me. Actually 2.
So the first one is a 22. Second one is a 17.
You're fine. As you bite to kind of grab, claws into you and bites to whatever leg or meaty parts it can get a hold of. You feel like there's something when it's saliva that kind of burns in your leg, but you kind of stamps it off. And gonna walk around, kind of stalking you a bit. It walks around the prey. And that's gonna end its turn. It's your turn now. What are you doing?
Gonna rotate around it.
Sure, which way? Where are you going?
The opposite, the right, as we see it.
Right as we see it, so you're gonna go this way around.
Yeah, away from the portal.
Yeah, so you're gonna stay here, or?
How many feet is that?
That is currently 1, 2, 3, that's 15.
I will disengage.
Well, you disengage.
I will move 15 feet down the hallway.
Sure, that's 1. And 15.
Is that? Oh, sorry, yeah, I was late. I should still be within range, so I will use... Wait, I need to check something.
You're only in the middle of combat.
I actually don't know if I'm allowed to do this, so...
What are you gonna do?
Can I use Quicken Spell on a cantrip?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will use Quicken Spell.
Sure. Because your key
as a
point,
bon-
or is 2?
Yeah, and yeah, that's 2 sorcery points.
2 sorcery points. Key points.
And... Or does this take 1 if I use it on...
No.
It depends. I don't know.
No, the spell is the magic.
Oh,
transmute
it's
magic
2.
is always same set number.
Yeah, it's two sorcery points. And I will cast Mage Hand as a bonus action to try and pull the closest rune away from the portal.
Closest rune. Pick your poison.
Are they exactly as close?
One, they pretty much are, because one is still floating above and one is lower in the corner.
Can I reach both of them?
How far? 30 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can reach both of them. Your choice.
Alright, the T one seems to be stuck, so I'm gonna go for the other one.
Oh well. But you can't pull while you summon the mage hand, can you?
Wait, the Mage Hand was already summoned, or did it disappear when the creature came to the portal?
Roll a Constitution saving throw. Again. Or 2 actually, again. For concentration.
Let me... It's not concentration, though.
Is it not?
No, it isn't.
Oh, then yeah, it's still there. It hasn't passed a minute yet, so it's still flying. Levitating on 3. So then you can actually not control the hand, because that's an action.
Okay, yeah, so... Well, I already used my Quicken spell, so might as well use it for something.
Oh.
So we'll throw a level 1 Chaos Bolt.
Sure. Roll to hit.
Yeah, that's most likely a miss at 10.
10. Quickly a spell, try to do something, realize you can't do it, and you refocus, but it's not enough time to prepare, not enough time to check, as you can bunch the Chaos Bolt, kind of rips into the stone, and kind of misses.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn over and look at Leopold and just help. And that's my turn.
Leopold, you're up.
Yeah, I will rush to it and attack it with a long sword attack.
Sure, let me see. It's 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can move 10.
Oh wait,
9. So you can
unarmed
actually...
strike I meant. I meant unarmed strike.
Unarmed strike.
Yep.
It's an action.
Yes.
Oh well. Sure, you have 5 feet movement left, and you are now pummeling this thing. Dog, whatever you want to call it.
That's a nat 1 with a fist.
That's a natural
Five.
1. You... Yeah, I don't think... We were split on this critical failure in this game. Like, Jonte, I think, wanted it and Dave didn't want it, so I think I will try to play without critical fumbles.
I mean, it's a critical. Something needs to happen, but if it's roleplay flavor, it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
that
natural
much.
1 will pretty much lead to instantly miss. That's pretty much it, as I will explain, but it won't be like an effect per se. Apart from that. We'll try that for a while. But yeah, kind of rush in, kind of push us past Eonar, and kind of just this wind-up strike, kind of punch down, and kind of just hits the stone underneath us. The dog seems to just see you coming, and kind of reacts, pulling away, or it kind of gets ready to strike. And what would you like to do?
Well, I use a bonus Fear of Blows as a bonus action.
Well, spend a
And I
key
will
point
use-
and roll 2 more attacks.
So that's a 10,
First one does not hit.
and that's a 17.
That one hits. Roll damage for 1.
So that's 5 points of
Bludgeoning
blunt damage. And I will use my what is it called? Oh, what is it? Agile Parry. Since I used the unarmed strike during my attack action, I can use my Kensei weapon to deflect, like +2 bone,
Well,
2 AC.
well, so your
bonus.
AC is +2 what your original is. Well,
Yes.
gotcha, and that's gonna end your turn.
Yes.
Well. As the dog seems to rear back, you kind of another hit. You kind of again jumps pretty fast, and you do an unexpected third one just in a split second. You kind of hit it right in like the upper chest. It kind of attacks back as you're preparing for the incoming strike, and it'll do 2 attacks against you as well. The first one is 10, which I definitely don't think hits. And then we have another 10. It's rolled 6 twice. Kind of bites at you, but you're prepared to kind of deflect it, kind of hold it at bay. It's kind of, again,
Those
rotates.
wouldn't even have hit me.
Rotates out of your view, Eonar. You have no longer vision on the dog. And it's your turn.
I'm gonna walk up to the portal. I assume I can get there within 30 feet.
Let's see. They're pretty much 1, 4. You can get up to this point. It's pretty much as far you can go.
Am I close enough to try and to?
You are close to one of them, yes.
Can I grab one?
You're
Am I
quite
close
to
enough to
this
grab one? Okay, I will grab and try to pull it out of the.
Oh, well, you do. You can grab it, pull it out, kind of. It's a bit persistent, but kind of locks off and it goes out. Now,
And I assume I had to use my action to do that.
yes, because you're using an object.
All right. This is maybe I don't know if you will allow me to do this, but as a bonus action, I would like to. Good doggy, go home, good doggy.
Roll a persuasion.
Yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna say, but let's see. 10.
Yeah, it kind of looks at you, still focusing on Leonard's close-up, but kind of snarls, just like aggressively snarls.
I think that's the second time you have called Leopold a Leonar.
Yeah, it's apparently it's making a canon ship at this point. I don't fucking know.
Oh no.
Guess that's your turn, Leopold.
I have nothing more to do.
Yes, Leopold, you're
Yeah,
up.
I will punch it with my fist.
Sure. Slap away.
That's 13.
13 hits.
That's 8.
8 points of bludgeoning damage. Very well.
Then I
Pummeling
will
this
use-
time. finding that it's a bit unfocused on you. You kind of go for a quick blow, quick yab at the side of the stage. And what else?
I will use Flurry of Blows again.
Sure, spend a key point and roll 2 attacks. 2 more fist attacks.
So that's 19.
Hits.
And that's 19 plus 6. So I guess both hits.
Definitely. Roll damage.
That's 7. And that's also 7.
Very well. 2 good hits on. Getting like kind of break. You kind of feel like it's something cracky. I can start to see it slowly start to bleed. You start to pummel into it.
Yeah, I will also do the ideal parry since I did one unarmed strike
2.
as an action.
Oh, as it gets to its turn, it's kind of gonna again get low.
I'm
stalking.
not so completely done. I will move around it, like I will flank it, or like to the opposite side of where I was.
Going that way.
Yes.
Very well. Then it's gonna turn around and do 2 bites against you.
Yes.
First one is a 15.
And I have 17 now, currently.
And a 7, so it kind of bites at you, trying to get by. You're kind of holding it away as good as you can, as you kind of smell his foul breath on it.
Can you shoot it, please?
And Eonar, you're up.
Nice, one more rune. I'm gonna run up and pull it down.
Oh, well, you go up and you kind of grab it, and it pulls loose without much effort. You see as the portal seems to almost wind down as dissipates, really revealing the stone wall behind it, and the metal piece just kind of clings to the ground. Some of them cracking on the impact.
Very good. And I will use my bonus action to sacrifice a level 1 spell slot to gain my 2 sorcery points back.
Very well. That's gonna be Leopold, you're up again. The portal fades, the only light now is from your bullseye lamp.
Yep, I will punch it with my fist.
Very well. Roll attack.
That's 19.
That hits. Roll damage.
That's 5. And I will only punch 1 time as a bonus action instead of...
Very well. Roll attack.
That's 16.
Hits. Roll damage.
That's 5.
5 points of damage. It's looking bad, but it's still standing. Gonna turn it to its turn. As you see it kind of look for a while before it kind of darts around you, leaving your field of view and your light, meaning it will gain advantage on those attacks. It disappears into the darkness. Oh no, you can still see it, but Leopold, you cannot.
Can I use my reaction to alert the Leopold that it's behind him?
You can use your action to do an attack of opportunity.
Oh, it
passes
went to
by your field at least.
Okay, I guess I can't use spells as an attack of opportunity.
No, you're not a warcaster.
No,
Yes.
so I will... Well, I'm just gonna have to slash at it with my dagger.
Sure.
But can I use my... This is gonna sound stupid, but can I use my action to try to grapple it? So it can't?
No through action, no. Unfortunately.
Okay, well, it's a dagger strike then.
Sure.
That's 18.
That definitely hits.
4 points of piercing.
How do you want to do this?
What?
It had 2 left.
Slash its jugular.
Yeah, as you kind of run, she kind of holds this kind of look at it, sees your eye as the dog kind of jumps to the side, kind of goes, starts to go behind Leopold, kind of quickly pull out the dagger, kind of slashes it just blindly into the side, and kind of hears it yelping sound, and the force of the knife, it kind of cuts up more or less the entire side of this hellish dog. It disappears into the dark, and kind of kicks for a moment as this kind of heavy blood starts to flow, and still, as Leopold turns around, just seeing it lying dead.
I believe we found the source of these beasts.
I believe we did. Let's hope they don't have more runes to put into this thing.
Is there more stuff on the ground?
Roll investigation.
I
wanna-
want to collect any like traces of the portal.
Sure.
Did the portal collapse or what happened?
The metal pieces seems to just have kind of fall into itself.
Yeah, it's 10.
And looking around, all the pieces itself are not hard to find. They're still standing
I'm collecting all of them.
around. Let me put this music on. Or switch music again. There we
I
go.
guess they are quite heavy.
They're quite large and relatively heavy, yes.
Do you want to carry some of these, or are you already carrying too much stuff?
We won't be able to carry a whole portal with us.
I mean,
Well,
I don't want to leave it here and we have another passage. Maybe that's a way out.
I was thinking we could throw it into the water.
I'd rather bring this to the Lord so he has to pay us more.
This might be the Lord's things.
Yeah.
You said
Why would he hire us? to
He
take
didn't
care
hire
of
us.
this problem?
No, he didn't hire us. He doesn't know we are in the sewers. He only knows we are helping the city guard.
I don't think
you
we should. I don't think we should throw it all into
No.
the water.
Well, some of it at least. We can throw everything that we can't carry. Okay? That doesn't have any scripture on it.
Do these metal shards have anything on them?
They do. Familiar runes.
Similar to those that.
Yeah. Let's see. I
Yes.
gave which one were those?
L said Y and W.
L said Y and W. Yes, they have all of those, including one for Y and one for U. And one for I. U.
I and Y.
No, I and U.
U.
Total combination of it seems to be containing of 2 Ys, 2 I, 1 L.
Can you repeat that from the start?
Oh, 2 Y,
Yes.
2 I,
Yes.
2 Z,
Yes.
1 L, 1
Yep.
U, and 1 W.
There's scriptures on all of this.
Oh,
Can't we bring it out of here and research it before we can? We don't have to give it to the Lord, but we can at least bring it out of here and research it so we know what we're dealing with.
how much does this all of this weigh?
You can carry it like it's a proper portion of your carry weight, but you can carry it.
Yeah, sure.
And we can take the other passage. Maybe that's one is simpler than the one we came through.
We can try.
Yeah, let's divide it. I can take the majority. You're already carrying a bunch of junk, anyways.
I have no junk.
How much does this whole thing weigh in total?
In total, you're probably looking at something like. Let me see, what was the pounds to kilo? Ugh. Where to get these around? But yeah, you're looking at about 44, 45 pounds in total.
Oh, I can easily carry that. I'm only carrying 25 pounds. I'm gonna put my blanket down and collect all of these shards in the blanket and like wrap them up.
Oh, you do. As you start to collect these metal pieces, you find another one. Smaller. It doesn't really fit with the other ones. It isn't the same kind of crude, heavy metal. It's more like finer, polished, almost silver looking. It seems to be part of something that's broken loose. Quite ornate. That's good.
Look at this, local.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
This
pit
looks
itself
like
is
it
not.
came.
It's maybe like a few, like 2 centimeters one across.
It looks like this came loose from something else. Maybe we should look if the other half of it is somewhere here.
Yeah, we can look if something else is similar to this here.
Yeah, please try and shine the light so we can see.
Yeah, I will shine the light and we will look for if there is
Are you
anything else.
rolling investigation separately, or are you looking?
I guess separately or
I'm okay with
doesn't matter.
I'm okay with rolling with the dungeon rolling separately. It's up to you.
I can roll one.
All right,
Roll
we're rolling
separately
separately.
investigation.
Yeah, that's a nat one. Fun.
That's 14.
14. Start looking around, kind of almost seems to dig in whatever sludge or dirt is hitting the corner, starts to pull out 2 objects. Nothing part looking like the ones you have, but you look kind of put out this like thin brass or gold circlet looking thing or necklace. You're not certain how it works, what it is, and the other one seems to be a deck, like a small metal box of sort.
What did you find?
I found a circlet and a deck.
Can I feel any magic coming away from what
Roll
he?
Arcana.
15.
15. Yes, definitely. They're definitely magical, both of them.
But you should be careful with those. Those are magic.
Should we head over to my hometown? I'm not sure we can trust the court wizard with these things.
Yeah, sure, but yeah, probably don't stow those away somewhere. Don't try to use them.
I will put them away.
Well, can write a metal deck and a circlet. Can write down.
I will put them in my
This chat is most likely spamming deck of many things right now.
I'm not certain many of them knows what deck of many things is, to be honest.
I think
Anyone who is a D&D player knows.
no, it's not said. I think veteran D&D players. Why is it not allowing me to?
But
yeah, I
guess we should take a break. Actually, now that I think about it, I think that's a good moment
yeah,
to
okay.
actually take a break before I
Think
forget
so.
about it. So yeah, we have been going for again 1.5 hours, so we will take a break here and we will return to this traversal outside the sewers when we return in 10 minutes.
Very well.
Don't go anywhere. into the game. Hello everyone, and welcome back. Last time we left off, or well, we went into the mission, the portal has been dismantled, stopped. And yeah, you're currently trying to figure out how to best make your way out of here. What would you like to do?
I guess we're going down that.
No audio. For me, the audio works fine.
I guess
Yeah, there we
Draco had
go.
been tab
The
muted.
audio's fine. Carry on. Carry on.
Huh.
I guess we are heading over to the continue on this path. I guess we should be careful.
Yeah, we're going to the back where the way you came. We're gonna go to the other one.
To the other one.
Oh well.
To the other one, yes. I will let Leopold go first.
Well. You start walking and dips down a bit, getting more water, more sludge again.
Adam, should we go back through this? Just take a little rest before we continue. I'm feeling a bit hurt.
Well, we could do that. The beast didn't even hit me, I think.
Yeah, but it hit
Yeah.
me pretty bad.
Yeah,
To point out the arm. Could we
I-
maybe go
It
back
sounded
and
quite
there
bad.
before?
Yeah. Oh, I didn't even see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have like these kind of claw marks and bite marks on your arm. It's kind of getting these kind of swollen.
Yeah, but we don't know what's ahead, so maybe we should go back to what we know and take some time to rest.
Yeah. Let's do that.
Oh, so you're
Alright.
proceeding to go back how far?
Yeah, I would like back to the portal room, pretty much.
Yep.
Or back until we get to a place where it's like drier.
Yeah, that's pretty much the portal room.
Well,
It
the
gets
portal
drier.
room it is.
And well, you do a short rest, sitting and tend to your wounds, just resting.
I will roll all of my hit dice.
Well,
Yeah, all of my hit dice.
I'll reset all my key points.
goddamn Max. Them's a lot of hit dice. Yeah, that's
It's
a
3, so yeah, I would have gotten to max easier than that, but I didn't want to take the risk.
Oh, so you have used all your hit dice and you are back on max health.
Yep.
Anything else you want to do during a short rest?
I don't have anything else I could do.
I'll just meditate on getting back my hit dice.
Well,
Like warrior's meditation.
yeah.
Then I'm just trying not to treat my wounds.
Yeah, you meditate for a while and just rest into your wounds, and you feel relaxed, a bit more strengthened as you set off again after an hour. Of course, the smell is not any better, and the air is also pretty bad. But you make your way through. You have been here for quite a while. You know how it works at this point. And you, with heavy steps, make your way through the sludge until you reach a door that seems to have a sort of ladder to the side that goes up into a hatchet above.
I mean, a hatch.
No, it's always a hatchet. No, it's a hatch. Correct.
So now we know there's a hatchet on the other side that's ready to chop our heads if we try to go through.
Apparently. Yeah, and you have these small trinkles of water peeking through here and there on the door.
On the sides as well.
No, just around the door, more or less.
Why do I get a feeling that this room is filled with water?
Maybe it is.
How high up on the door is it leaking through?
The highest one is pretty much at where the door meets the wall above.
Should we go up for the staircase, the ladder, and try to open it with your magic hand?
We can try. I will climb up first
Oh, you climb up.
Hatchets.
to the hatch.
You
I'll climb
open it
the
up.
stairs,
It's
ladder.
heavy and kind of rusted. We kind of have a heavy grinding noise as it opens up. It's open up and you get this smell of dank wetness pretty much seeping down.
What do I see?
Pretty much seems to be some kind of collection chamber of a sort. And at the center it seems to be almost going down like a cone or a funnel into the center where you can see a bit of water.
Is it still the water?
There's something dropping from above, but otherwise it's still.
Can you go first with the light?
Yeah. Like, does it look like a water tank or something?
Yeah, you could say that actually. Not
Possibly,
far
yeah.
off.
It's just metal, no furniture. It's only looks like a container from the inside. Never been inside of
Yeah,
a container before.
Can
it
you
also,
see a way
if you
out?
actually go up into it, you also see there's a wall, like a wall next to the hatch.
So let's go and try to move it a bit.
Oh, you start moving it, you kind of hear this kind of sloshing sound from beneath, and the trickle of the water seems to increase the more you turn it. Not-
From the upside.
Yes, but it's not like start to fill the chamber. Just trickle gets heavier until it's like a steady pour.
Is there another? Can we see another door or another like way out of this place?
No, it's pretty much just the hole in the ground where the water's collected.
So, should we maybe go down to the door again and check?
Well, I thought that this hatch was door.
Nope, the door was in front of you. A hatch and a
Oh, the
door is
hatch was
two
the
relatively
side.
different things.
I guess.
Can you try to open the door with your magic hand?
It looked locked.
There's a
You
lot of
didn't
water
even.
seeping out of the door. But it
Okay,
does have a handle.
well, let me check something. I can easily check if it's locked or not. Thaumaturgy.
Yeah, make an unlocked door fly open, don't you?
Yeah, fly open.
Very well. See, how would it work for in this case?
It doesn't work.
I wonder how it would work and if it would work in this case.
It just if unlocked
can-
door.
Like,
But I
it's
guess it
basically if
wouldn't
you can
work on
push
a
it.
jammed.
If you can push it open without ease, thaumaturgy would work. It's like basically like
Yeah, I think so as well. So the door kind of it pulls, but does have a handle on the side of the door though. Don't know if I
Mage-hand?
forgot to mention that or not.
Mage hand on the handle then.
Oh. Mage it easily open it. It kind of flies open, kind of smacks into the wall as this water starts to just pour down under you, and drain away with a heavy like stream. The water in the center of the room just quickly kind of dissipates and just also flows away.
so the water is now gone.
It is.
I will climb down.
Well, before, what can I see in the room now that the water is gone?
You see stone floor from where you are, Colonel.
Yeah, we are still on top of the thing.
Yeah.
So
So you probably should would probably be washed away with the pure force.
Oh, gonna climb down the ladder, I guess, after Leopold.
I will go into the room. Do I recognize the room?
You do. It is the same room. The handle's still there, the door is still closed on the other side, and the hatch above is open.
Well, I went into the other room.
Yeah.
Through the door. Yeah,
Yeah.
so.
That's the room you're in, and that's the room I described.
Have I been here before?
I might have said hatch in the floor instead of roof, but... Yeah, I've been here before, yes.
Hatch in the roof?
I guess that this is the... No, this is the one where I used Mage Hand to pull the lever and the door went closed.
Mm-hmm.
There was no hatch in the roof there.
No, I don't remember you describing a hatch.
And then because you know one if you found it.
No, so that's why I was unsure, but how can that be the same room? Okay.
Is there anything new in this room?
It's a bit dirtier and a bit danker. Apart from that,
And
no.
is the door still locked?
We came through that door.
No, the other door.
That door we came through.
Yeah. Seems
I
so,
guess.
yes.
Did we actually... We cannot have come through the same door that we earlier. The one that almost crushed my head.
Yeah, that's the one
Crushed your head.
straight ahead and is locked.
Yeah, so there is
Yeah,
a
just a
locked
bunch.
door in this.
Oh, okay. Crushed your hand? Yeah, that one.
Almost crushed my head.
That one. Yes. Let's
More
Uh,
fun
try
if
to
you
break
just
through it.
imagine like two D&D characters kind of standing in a sewer, arguing if it was this door that almost crushed someone.
No,
this is
it's
not
just
canon. It's meta.
it's
No,
just
this
that
is definitely canon.
no, it's hard because
Was it
I
this
don't
door
have
that
the
almost
space.
killed you? Can't be.
No, I was just misunderstanding. Yeah, but yeah.
What do you like to do?
Okay, lever. Mage Hand. Try it.
Doesn't budge.
You said there's a hatch in the roof.
That I did.
How far up?
About 50 feet.
Could you get the ladder? Could we use the ladder to get up there?
The ladder is stuck to the wall.
Is there a ladder on this side of the wall also?
Nope.
Is there any way to get up there? Does it look like there's any way to get up there?
Probably up the
Can
ladder.
you boost me?
Probably what?
Up the ladder.
You said there was no ladder.
Not in this room.
Oh, so you think we could reach the hatch if we went up the ladder and then?
What?
Seems to add up.
Or are we talking about the same hatch now that we went through earlier on the cinder roof? Okay.
You have seen two hatches. One is outside the current room that you're in with the lever. And the other one is in the roof, and you think you've seen that from above already once. I think it leads to both hatches should lead to the same chamber as far as you are aware.
Well, we don't need to think of it. Yeah, we don't need to think of it then.
Oh yeah, so it's like the thing that the water was flowing through. Oh yeah. So the lever won't budge, not even if I go and like try to pull it.
Nope.
Is there any other levers or any other way out of this room?
We'll go and start crowbarring through the door.
Sure, roll me a strength check with advantage. And not really, there's still the lever inside this room, that's about it. And the two doorways and the hatch.
So that's a total of 9.
Door doesn't seem to budge.
I guess we are going to have to go over that thing again.
We can also try to destroy the door.
Doesn't look that destructible, I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's wood with steel reinforcements.
I don't have anything to break it with. Oh wait, we can use that hatchet.
Well, you have fire. Fire burns wood quite well.
Oh, you fuck. Proper inside jokes.
I also
Step
have this.
back.
I also have this oil, so we could drench it in some oil. Let's try without oil first.
It looks proper wet, I would assume.
It is pretty drenched, yes. Got this kind of algae on it if you would drag your fingers across it. Very slippery.
Yeah, I don't think that will burn without oil.
Let's apply some one. What's it called?
One bottle or vial.
Where is the oil? One flask of oil.
And it's like a pint of oil. Sure, you apply it to the door.
I doubt this is gonna work, but
To a small area, so that we could fit through if it would burn through that or damage it.
please step back so you don't get oil over you.
Yeah.
And firebolt.
You firebolt and well, first doesn't really seem to happen anything until slowly the door starts to engulf in flame, and it's burning. You have a burning door now instead.
This is gonna take a while.
Fire on, I guess.
I mean,
Or
it's
do-
already burning.
Well, you can always put more fire to the burning.
A few more firebolts then.
Well, you shoot some more fireballs and get splashes this fire across the room for every hit. And now it's burning a bit here and there in the room as well.
Oh no.
Let's just wait for it to burn down.
I'm gonna try to contain the fire by stomping out like the one that there are other sources on the sides.
Pump them out. It's difficult. Like sometimes just the back of your hoof starts to burn as well, but after a while you have stomped out most of the flames. Door
I'm
is still
just gonna
burning.
stand there and not help.
Drinking coffee. Don't bother, man.
I can't let this spread
Spread to what? The stone.
all over. There's like vegetation all over this goddamn place.
Well, I didn't put that much oil, and it's still damp here. It will
Put
not.
a bottle. A bottle is a pint of oil.
That's not much. Not for this size of a room.
Just gonna trying to stop the fire from spreading from the door as much as I can.
Yeah, it takes you like several minutes to do, but soon enough the flames either die out themselves or you stomp them out. The door
How
seems
does
to-
the
flames on the door seems to slowly die out, but it takes you another like 10 minutes before it totally dies out, and the wood is shard. Doesn't seem to have done much more else than that. And it smells like burnt shit in the entire room as well.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I will try to break the door now, since it should have gotten weaker.
Sure, roll a strength check.
With the crowbar.
Yeah, advantage.
So that's 17.
17, yes, you do start to break ships out of it. It still takes you quite some while to burn. Do you, after a while, think you have large enough hole to push yourself through?
I think we should fit now.
Well, what are you waiting for?
I will go through.
Kind of take your backpack off, kind of have that through first before you then press yourself through. Eonar has to do a kind of similar thing to fit through, but yeah, you get through without larger issues.
I have some issue with the sewer system, it seems. Like, if a lever opens the thing, it should also close the thing, right?
Possible, but it was jammed.
Yeah.
I
Poorly
don't think they have
maintained.
done much maintenance down here.
I guess.
They
Not
haven't
with
even cleared
that
out the
monster around.
goddamn rats.
Well,
That
they
goddamn
have
thing.
slime monster also. The cube.
Where is that thing that attacked us?
The cube. Oh, that
No,
one.
the other one.
Oh, I have no idea. But
Oh well. We dealt with the main problem, so let's get out.
yeah,
And as we continue, I would like to keep an eye out for the monster.
Roll
yeah.
perception.
Well, I will poke the ground with the
You
a
poke the
spear.
ground.
That's 2.
That's a 2. Yeah, you have it. You have it. Everything secure locked down. You poke the ground. It doesn't. Yeah. You reach the ladder without seeing as much of a rat, to be honest.
Ladder?
Yeah, up from the sewers.
Up from the sewers. Okay, yeah, alright.
You didn't fly out, so to speak.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
I was
Should-
actually imagining like a ladder that went down in my head canon. It was like a gate that you went down a set of stairs before ending up in
Oh
the
no,
sewers.
this is a proper like hatch grate. Proper
Nah,
manhole.
so it's like a manhole, yeah.
let's go to report to the guard that we found some kind of beast that we dealt with. Its body is still there,
Yeah.
and that we destroyed. We had to break out since it captured us. Like the sewer captured us, so we had to break out.
I wouldn't maybe not share about all these things we found.
Let's say we found a beast and a portal that we destroyed and dumped everything into the water. So whatever had
You know,
it.
maybe just leave out the fact that anything was left behind. Just say that the portal destroyed itself.
Yeah.
Maybe
We
on second hand, maybe I should do the talking.
Why?
You know, you have a tendency to overshare.
I don't. Investigator should share all the details.
I think it's better to not say stuff.
Sure.
Just don't mention anything about us taking something from down there, okay?
We found a beast.
Yeah, found the base, we destroyed the portal. He doesn't need to know that we took stuff from there. Because I would like to research it. I don't want to give it to the guards.
That's fair. And we will then go, I guess, to Kerai, to Vanya.
Yeah. Hopefully she has returned from the swamp by this point.
I think she might have at least.
Well,
Oh well. So have you decided what to do?
we're
Report to the
gonna-
guard.
yeah, I'm gonna report to the
Are you
guard
looking for
captain, the
the
inspector.
same guy you're looking for?
Yeah, the same guy, the inspector guy.
Oh well.
Inspector Gadget.
Oh, you start going around, getting a few glances from people as you go.
Oh yeah, we should probably just if I see a rain barrel on the way, I'm just gonna rinse off the worst.
Very well, you rinse off the worst. And
I will do the same
poor-
since I noticed that.
poor fella's rain barrel. And you continue over. You find what you assume would be the guardhouse. I think you haven't been in this town's guardhouse, if I remember correctly.
No, we
Oh.
met him at the site where we fought that thing.
Yeah. But if you ask you things you are led around, you are found to this kind of like it's a long building, quite not as wide but pretty long. See, gotta enter as a guard, just kind of stares at you. Doesn't really get in your way, just stares at you as you go. You enter in and you see the same inspector guy kind of looking through some kind of papers or reading. Looks up. Oh. Hello, you lot smell like shite.
Yeah, sewers tend to do that.
Yep, that's why no one wants to go down there. I can. Need anything?
Yeah.
Or do we have some good news for a change?
I mean, we killed 2 things down there. Not quite sure what they were, but we also found a portal and destroyed it.
Well, what kind of things are we talking about?
Things we killed?
And roll me a deception.
I wouldn't say I lied during any point of that. Oh well.
We destroyed the portal and
That would be a 13.
So yeah, what do you kill?
First, some big lump of jelly-like thing that was acidic.
Jonathan's cube. I think we
And from what we managed to research before, something like that.
You kill the cleaning system?
He was kind of trying to clean us.
Fine. Yeah?
we didn't know about it. Warning would have been nice.
Oh. You're correct.
I'm sorry. And we also killed a beast-looking, like big dog-looking thing that came out of the portal before we were able to shut it down. The corpse is still there in the sewers.
This portal thingy. What are you talking about?
I'm not sure what it was. It looked very similar to something we saw back in Kirai. The hag summoned something. But there was something more about it. I'm not sure exactly what. We probably need to do more really say, but we managed to shut it down at least.
Shut it down. Didn't you destroy it?
Yeah, it as we shut it down, it got destroyed. At least the energies around it dissipated.
Roll deception.
That's a 10.
And what did you do to the remains?
Some of it we left there, some of it we took with us.
Oh, show me.
Right? I'm gonna take out the 5 metal pieces. If you look at these, if you look at those inscriptions there, they match the symbols we saw on that thing that killed a lot of your men. And I show him like the sketching.
Roughly correct.
We would need to do more research on them before we know exactly what they were doing and how they work.
You said this has happened before.
Something similar did happen in Kira, where we fought a hag in the forest.
How many times have you seen this before?
This is the second time.
Long a coincidence, but nonetheless.
We came to this town in case, since we were a bit worried about the towns around Kerai, since we were thinking it could be a more widespread thing. So that's the first reason we came to this town, to make sure nothing was wrong here, but we were wrong.
I
Something
would
was
like
wrong
to
here.
bring it to the researcher in Kirai. She seemed to have a lot of insights on all type of things. I think she might be the best person to research.
Why would you bring it all the way there?
Sorry, can you repeat?
Why would you bring it all the way there? We have our own personnel. Or magic.
It's just more of a person we know towards person we don't know, but I suppose, I don't know. We do know, like, she has helped us before with some magical stuff. So we can know her better, and to be honest, I'm not quite sure about the credentials of the mage here.
Really?
He didn't seem to know much when we spoke to him last. I mean, if you want to send a representative with us to Kirai to meet with our researcher, Vanya was her name.
Genfara, she's quite well-studied elf.
So if you would like to send a representative with us, we will be happy to have some traveling company.
Been thinking for a while. Maybe I will. Do you know who did this?
No. Heard some rumors. I overheard some people talking about some kind of magic user was doing something bad. We never really managed to find any more information on that.
That's not much to go on.
No, sadly, we didn't manage to track down anything on that. It was quite close to the sewer entrance, though, where I heard it. I don't know if that's much to go on, but it's something.
Could just be slander at this point, I suppose.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we'll either leave for Kirai today or tomorrow, depending on when your representative is ready to go.
I'm probably good to go tomorrow.
All right. Are we gonna meet him or her here before we leave, or?
I suppose that would be easiest. Yes. Tomorrow
That
here
sounds
at...
good.
Well, let's start your workday. Early in the morning you will come by here. Until that, those pieces will be left with us.
Very well.
And I guess I have some people to talk to.
I wish you luck.
I takes a bag and puts like one of the pieces down. Lock these ones in.
It's breaking a lot, but yeah, I think I got the picture.
Yeah, it's the same. I don't know what's going on currently with internet.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
Yeah, turn out and starts leaving.
We give some order around. Doesn't leave too late after you either. Yeah, it's.
I would like to rush over to the tailor shop and pick up my coat. Should be ready now.
Yeah, your coat is ready. Yeah, looks
I
actually
already-
like wondering. You need something else.
I mean, what does she have aside from the coat?
Well, we could start with getting something that isn't drenched in excrements, probably.
I kind of like the style. If you have something similar.
Could definitely get something similar, yes.
I'm leaving tomorrow morning town, so I kind of need something fast.
I think the blouse we could definitely help with. The pants would probably need to be refitted. Your size to actually be useful, but
Could that be done today?
well, yes, it could be if you pay the fee to be put ahead in queue.
How much are we talking about?
Oh, we're looking. Be 20% of the price. It's quite a lot, yes, but it's also pushing your work before other important work. So
All right. So what's the price then?
the pants themselves is probably like. Yeah, we're looking at 5 silver, so it would be 6 total.
I'll give you a gold. That we can get it done today.
Well, I'll definitely cover it both, yeah. I'll just have to take some measurements and you can come and get this in the tomorrow morning.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
I'm gonna put this measuring tape around and like hip and legs and a few other measurements, and then she starts working. Let's go.
Yeah. Let's head back to the horses. We need to get a room for the night.
Yes, and
Would you like to change your clothes or wash them?
I wash them, yes, but I don't think you do washing here. Or where's the
No,
local?
we don't.
No, where is the local place where I could wash my clothes?
There's a place near the docks. Has like the cleaning trenches.
Yeah, that would do. I could buy common clothes, just some extra I could have while this is drying. It is good to have extra. What would that be?
Certainly, we're looking much the same. We could get a blouse, but then you need to fit the pants.
I don't need it fitted today, but yeah. Let's. Do you have anything that it doesn't matter if it's a bit short?
Well, if you want the similar as the lady hair, it's a gold covering
Yeah.
both the pants and the blouse, and we will have it fitted for you tomorrow.
Yeah.
If that's up to your standard.
Yeah, that works.
Very well.
A gold then.
I will start working.
Thank you so much.
We pull out a few pair of pants, starts measuring around before she picks up a needle. Assume you have left quite fast before she really starts working on them.
Yeah.
You still have quite a few hours of sunlight left.
I will
Is the tavern on the way to?
No, the tavern is. The cleaning is more to the docks, which is more currently to your, to the west. While the tavern's on the other side of the river, so it's further north.
Okay, I would say
let's go clean first. So
Yeah.
then we can.
Well,
Well, go to the cleaning drench. You don't have any spare clothes to clean, but there's quite a lot of like housewives and other people that's kind of cleaning. It's kind of those where you put it on the water and kind of drag it over a rough surface to kind of like oh well, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of claw away dirt, or what you want to say?
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and clean, like keep the undergarments on, but like try to clean the worst, like the overclothes at least.
Well, you get a few worried and weird looks, but you can definitely get it clean.
No, and then just put the. I don't care. I'll just put the wet clothes back on.
Well, you do so. You do not smell as bad anymore. Still a bit faint smell probably if you really start smelling it, but it's better.
I will do the same. I will also.
Oh,
Don't have.
do so. People start to whispering around, and yeah, your clothes are clean.
Ah, let's go find a place to sleep.
Yeah. So we're heading back to the tavern.
Yep. I lean over towards Leopold. I would kind of wanna, stash the other things from the portal on the horseback.
I was thinking the same. We could put them in the bottom.
Yeah, that would be a good idea. Alright.
Go to your
I'm
horses.
back.
They were happy to see you. You don't have to get to see you in a day. But it seems to be getting a bit bored and a bit
Yeah,
underworked for just standing still for a few days.
I'm
Except
gonna
that
go
we
up
went
to.
out to ride in the forest.
Yeah, just gonna go up to Donner. Yeah, we'll leave in the morning.
And it blows your kind of hair, with your hair. Warm
Yes,
wind.
and then I would like to go over and stash the orbs and the silver piece. I would like to stash those in the horse equipment
Oh, you stash those into the horse equipment.
and try to hide it in a way in the bottom of the bags.
Oh.
Then I would like to go. Is the boy still there?
I don't know.
No, I'll just pay him in the morning.
Yeah. Getting a bit. The sun is starting to go down. Still probably like 2 or 3 hours left of the day, but
So look for some apples for the horses. They deserve it.
I could talk to the tavern keep.
I will go and buy 2 horses.
2 horses.
apples for the horses.
Okay, yeah, now 4 horses. Nah, but yeah, 2 apples just much. You get them for a copper each. No worry, that was just 1 to cameras. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah. Well, he goes and gives the horses the apples. I'm just gonna order the same rooms again and pay for both.
For with breakfast or not?
Breakfast, yes.
So that's a gold.
Yeah, we need to get up early in the morning, so might as well have breakfast ready. I tell the tavern keep as well that we'll be leaving early.
Oh, really? Well,
Yeah,
we'll prep something for you, Don.
that sounds good. And thank you so much for all your help.
Thank you for your, well, choosing us to stay in. Been here quite a few days.
Yeah, we're sure to be back. It's been a good place to stay.
Very well.
And I go back and sit down at the table waiting for Leopold to return.
Feed the horses the apples, and I will talk a bit with Tash and also Donner since while giving them the apple. scratch them on the head if they like it. If they don't like being scratched on the head, I will stop if they protest. I'll not force it on them.
They don't seem to bother, per se. They just seem to happily eat away at the apple. Looking if you have more. And
Tomorrow.
Spend some time with them. Yeah. Anything else you would like before going to sleep?
No.
Oh.
I think we should go to sleep early. We have an early morning.
Yeah.
Or at least try to go to sleep.
I'd like to try to investigate the circlet I had. Since I will not put them in the horse bag because they don't know if I had it or not. And why would you find something like that in the sewers?
Well. So roll me an Arcana.
So Arcana, that's 14.
14. Well, it's definitely magical. You can make out that the circlet you have to get it, understand its full potential, you have to attune to it. You have to kind of become one with the magic item as far as your understanding goes. Currently seems to be hidden away from you.
Yeah.
The metal box itself, as you're studying it, you kind of open up. It seems to be just these kind of almost, you would say, like tin stone cards. You count. Roll me a d20.
18.
18. So you have a total of, what is that? 15 cards in the box.
15.
15, yes.
Please be careful with that.
Just some cards. What harm can some cards do?
The magic I am feeling from those is... I would not mess with it before I know what it is.
Okay. Let's
Vanya will have answers. You can wait until then.
yeah. Yeah, well, then I will go to sleep.
I will try to go to sleep.
And I will not try to attune.
Not even that.
Good.
No.
Okay. So yeah. You go to sleep. And can I have Eonar throw me a wisdom saving?
Will it be today?
Guess we're about to find out.
It's a 10.
It's a unruly night. It's toss and turn. Sleep sets in. Finish a long rest.
I guess that was right on the limit.
You don't know.
A long rest. Very good.
Yeah. Wake up in the morning. You head down, and as you see, there's 2 plates with steaming hot stew or porridge waiting for you.
I'm gonna sit down and enjoy that.
We enjoy that. Are they around? Like the owner around? Or is it just...
You don't really see anyone while you eat. Be some, at least you Leopold, with your like 14 wisdom, passive perception.
13.
13, yes. You hear some rumbling in the kitchen, but it's a few times and far between.
I finish my food and then walk over to the, I guess, bar desk and put down the key there.
As you put it down, the door kind of opens, it kind of looks out. Bit, some small bags under her eyes, like kind of smiles, like, oh, you're leaving?
Morning, yeah, ready to go. Okay.
Glad to hear it. You look in better shape and cleaner than yesterday. But yeah, it was a pleasure having you as guests.
It was a pleasure having you as host.
Glad to hear it. Have
And
safe
I'll
travels now.
on there.
Vad sa du?
I can't hear you. You're breaking up so damn much.
Yeah, same, same.
I hand her. I guess if she is coming out from the kitchen, I'll hand her the key. Otherwise, I'll just put the key down on the desk. Or like
Yeah, she
on
kind of
the
takes it off your
table.
hand. When
Yeah.
it comes out. Kind of wishes you safe travels as you go.
Thank you.
I will give her my key and 1 gold to her.
Well, do you need anything? Or why would you? This is a lot.
You have earned it. You took
sure?
care of us. Yes, I am sure. It's a hard time in the city.
So thank you.
Please split
So
it with
much.
the. Please split it with the stable boy. If it's one gold is too much, give him 5 silver.
Well, if you want me to give him 5 silvers, I will. He's probably gonna eat him sick on sweets.
Please, 1 silver a week, maybe. If
Yeah, an allowance sounds better. That's probably still a lot. I'll figure something out. Don't worry.
Thank you.
Puts it at one of their side pockets. Yeah, please return. When you return next time, I'll definitely have dinner for you.
We're looking
That
forward
sounds
to it.
good.
So
And
we're
we
heading
leave.
out.
Yeah, you leave.
So, saddle up the horses, check that the stuff is still there.
You do so. And you... Everything seems to be in order. It seems to be there.
Well,
yeah.
Mount up and head to the tailors.
Yeah.
The boy's still there.
The horses seem to be want to almost pull a bit from all this idling. But you keep them in check and you head for the guard house.
Is the stable boy there?
No, can't see him anywhere this time either.
Okay.
I'm gonna head for the tailors first.
That's true.
To pick up the new clothes.
You kind of knock on the door, seems to be locked. But someone opens pretty soon as they see who you are and kind of hand you like these 2 packages. Your clothes, hope they will serve you well.
Thank you very much.
It closes the door without further pleasantries.
Just gonna stow those away for now.
Yeah,
It was common clothes.
You have a package of common clothes, yes.
If I add my coat onto that, would that count as traveler's clothes? Or just common clothes or a coat?
Doesn't really protect anything, the coat that you sent me, per se.
No, well, it's just a decorative
You
coat.
need to have a proper cloak for that to acquire traveling skills.
That's fine. That's fine. So it's a decorative coat. Good
Yes.
enough.
That is. Yeah, I assume you go to the guardhouse.
Yes.
As you enter there, you quickly notice the same inspector you've been talking to all this time, standing next to a horse looking up at someone also familiar to you. It's the enchanter, sitting on a horse looking only dressed for the occasion with saddlebags almost filled to the brim with whatever. Not to say what else bring with him. Oh, morning.
Morning.
Yeah. Talk to the Lord, and well, he's the only one pretty much fit to make sure that you're doing a proper job is Sammy here.
Yeah.
Nothing less than expected.
Good to hear.
You have the pieces?
They are in the saddlebags, all 5 of them.
Very well. I guess we're ready to leave then.
Man looks at Yet, who's like almost cold sweating at this point. Oh, he's so nervous. It's just a town over, it's like 3 days at tops. Well, take care of him.
We will.
I hope to hear from you soon for whatever the fuck this is.
Can I roll an insight check to see if this just is like social anxiety or if there's something else going on here?
Sure, roll insight.
Which I am proficient in, luckily. That's a natural 20.
Very well, that's a total of...
A total of 21.
Total of 21. Yeah. So look into it. It's definitely... Most of the nervosity seems to be coming from uncertainty or nervosity from... You pretty much pretty fast get the thing that he's probably never left town. So like he is not an adventurer by any grade at all. You're just sat there like kind of nodding like you're swallowing heavily. Just say anything like he seems to have...
Well, that
his
puts
tongue
my
stuck.
mind to rest. At least puts my mind to rest a little bit that this is not the Dark Magician.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Right, let's go. I
That's right.
turn my horse towards where we need to go for Kirai.
Please ride between us. I will lead and Eonar will be in the tail.
Sounds good enough.
Kind of looks
So,
like Yet is not moving at all. Kind of smacks the back of the horse. Kind of goes, almost
Yes.
falls like off, but kind of catches up to you and kind of holds it between. With a bit of help from like Leopold, of you both kind of stopping the horse, like pulling a bit on the reins when it kind of sides up, like trying to show him like, hey, this is how you do it. I know it's difficult, this is how you do it. But yeah, it doesn't calm him down at all. And you set off, leaving Latvia behind. And the ocean. Well, you make your way. Yeah, it's calm morning, kind of gets grayer towards the evening. You're riding.
Yeah, we'll try to keep like a trot pace.
Yeah.
Like a little bit faster than just idling. And as fast as Jet can handle.
Yeah, he struggles a lot, but he keeps up with the trot speed. And yeah, you reach the end of the... If you don't want to do anything else, you reach the end of the first tour. So you've been here before, you know about... Yeah, we're gonna reach... Within 2 more days, we'll reach Kirai. Kinda set off, like... See Yet kind of get off and you... Walking like very wide-legged. So he kind of probably got scuffs on the inside of his thighs. You're familiar with it.
I take out the ointment and I, hey, Jet! And I throw it to him. Apply some of that. Apply some of that to the areas that hurt. It helps.
Okay, thank you. He kind of walks behind a few bushes, a few trees and stuff. As you kind of are left to take care of the camp and the horse as he does this. And...
I mean, we have experience, so we'll do all 3 horses.
Yeah. Yeah, you've enough time at this point. You're starting to get into the rhythm, like you know how it's done.
What did he say, Dave?
I'm keeping an eye so he doesn't wander too far away in the forest. Like
well, you
so
can see him
hear
awkwardly standing there, applying something between his legs.
Yeah.
Like he's jerking off in the bush.
With Leopold just intensely staring at him.
Oh.
Don't you fucking go in there. Oh yeah.
Oh. He looks like a true city boy.
Yep, indeed. After a while, you have settled down. The horses are tended to, and you have a camp much set up. And he kind of returns, hands you the ointment or what's left of it. He kind of sits there like,
will be better in a few days or in the morning a little bit already.
I hope so.
I guess we have 3 people, so 2 hours watch each, and then the last 2 hours no watch.
Oh, okay. Sure.
Should
Just
we
watch.
keep the tank fire
Yes, we should keep the campfire going.
campfire? Yes.
I prefer seeing, yes. That will help.
But I guess I should take the 3rd watch then, because I can actually see in the dark.
Sure. I
Okay.
will take first, and
Yeah, so
you can.
then Jet, then me.
Yes.
Alright?
Kind
And
of
I will.
tries to turn over in sleep, then remembers he has sores and kind of just settles to lay on his back. And
Well.
tries to go to sleep. So, Leopold, can I have the first perception roll?
So that's 8.
8. Oh, it's a bomb night. You don't. Nothing really seems to bother you. Anyone. Your watch comes to an end.
I've kept the fire going, so I will wake up yet.
I kind of instantly turns around, like having these bags on. You probably didn't get much sleep, if any, for this hours. And like, okay, sure.
Wake up, Eonar,
Keep watch.
when
Yeah, well,
in about 2 hours.
I will. Yeah.
Thank you. And I will go to sleep.
Yeah. And Eonar, you get woken up after a while. Excuse me, I suppose it's your turn now? Think?
Yeah, sure. Try to go to sleep. You need your rest.
Oh. I'll just lays down.
Alright.
And roll
My
me a
watch.
perception.
16.
16. Around. Roll my wisdom as well. Wisdom saving throw. Before I forget it.
I mean, that's 2. I still have 2 more hours of sleep after this. But yeah. Wisdom saving throw. That's cocked. That's also cocked. What the hell is happening? That would be. Yeah, that's a 9.
9. Oh. You look around the night. Nothing seems to happen.
Moved.
I messed up. It still worked. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So yeah. Roll my constitution saving throw as well. If you wouldn't mind.
19.
Well, you're fine. You get a short rest.
Luckily, I didn't use anything during this day, so.
Yeah, as you stare off, looking around for any dangers, your blinking gets a bit heavier. And when you open them up again, it's find yourself drifting, floating. Just okay, you can see your hands, your legs, torso, everything you would see. But there's nothing else, just a faint bluish grey color to everything around you. And yeah, you just drift for hours, days, weeks, never getting hungry, are tired, and thirsty. Only sound you can hear is whenever you speak to yourself. Blood pumping in your ears. And you just drift there. Feel your muscles wither away. Your arms getting thinner to being almost only bone. You drift for an unknown, impossible amount of time till your body finally gives up, just shuts down from doing nothing. But you don't notice this. Your mind broke in the nothingness a long time ago. Blink, see the sun rise. The two others slowly wake up for the last 2 hours of the night. You, nothing else, spend just and sitting up, resting, checking your gear. Nothing exhausting.
Yeah. Just gonna have some rations in the morning with some water. Unless there's something else.
Yet seems to give you a glance now and then, but then returns to his own rations. And then another day. Grey, colder, but no rain so far.
Guess we should head out.
Yeah. And we
I
already...
suppose. Boy. And yet with a lot of effort, climbs on to his horse. And you set off for the second day. Yeah. The wind starts to pick up, start to smell of more humid forest and dirt. Still no rain, but the wind is quite strong at the end of second day. When you do the same watches, same breakfast, same preparations. So, Eonar, roll me another wisdom saving throw.
Natural 20.
Jesus fucking
What is
Christ.
this? I'm rolling like more 20s and 1s than anything else.
That's like the fourth 20 you have rolled this session or something.
Yeah, and it's the fourth one. I have rolled like 4 1s as well.
Oh. Yeah, you tell me. You tell me. But yeah, you get rest this time. You almost force yourself to sleep without any dreams or anything, and you wake up to the slight trickle on your face. It's more like water particles than raindrops, as the wind kind of dissipates a lot of them, shatters them, and everywhere you look, it's kind of just getting more and more wet. Like clothing your face and so on and so forth. So you quickly make a meal or eat your rations, get up on the horse, and heads out. The storm just keeps on brewing. And at the end of the day, with almost biting winds at this point, being proper cold in your limbs, you see Karai and reach its walls. You have What you would estimate quite a few hours left a day, but you can't be certain as everything is still grey, dark.
Your place or
We need
Tavern.
to get yet to the guard captains, so we can say what we have found.
And it sits on the
Oh,
horse with this
go on.
heavy drenched hood that is like too long
So
for
we
him,
also
so
can.
you can't really see properly.
Well, anywhere as long as we can get out of this rain.
Yes. Let's head over to the guardhouse.
Whatever.
I don't know. You enter the guardhouse again. There's not much activity outside in this weather, but you enter the guardhouse and you see the captain. Let me see if I can remember his name.
Sack.
Yeah, Sack. Stone kind of looks up to you. He looks a bit more pale, a bit more sunken in the eyes, kind of looks at you. Welcome. Apologies, well, how can I help you? And welcome back.
We just came back from what's the town name?
From Latvia, I suppose.
Yeah, Latvia. They also had similar things. Not similar, but they had things happening there. We found some clues that we will go to Vanya with. This is
Okay.
their magic expert.
It's Jet. Sack, Jet.
Nice to meet
So
you.
he will.
Kind of just nods towards him. Well, she is in the library.
Very well.
Just wanted to inform you that we are back for a few days at least.
It's appreciated.
Have anything happened here? You look a bit
So,
pale. Or is
nothing more has happened now.
I guess we'll head to the library and talk with Vanya about your findings, I guess. If you found anything in the forest.
Not really. Oh, the location he was talking about, but nothing there except the stones.
Yeah. Yes.
Very well. Let's head to the library.
Yes.
He just
Nods
nods at you
and-
and returns to whatever he was doing as you entered.
Let's go maybe to the tavern first, so you can get a room to put some of your thing to dry.
Who are you talking to right now?
Yet.
Okay. Oh. Yeah.
I'm not sure where else you would stay, but I think the tavern would be a
Makes
nice.
sense. Yeah. Let's go. I'll lead the way.
So
He
I'll
still
head
looks
over
up.
to the.
Have to look up at you for trying to see anything under the hood. Isn't pulled down yet. Yeah. Make your way to the tavern. To the tavern, to the Drunken Bull. And it's a lot of people in there. Like a lot of farmers who have nothing better to do because it's storm weather outside.
Windy weather or stormy weather.
Boys, yeah. Definitely someone singing that. Kind of gets up to you. Oi! And looking down, this very short-looking man kind of looks up at you. Hey, Leopold, I didn't know you were back in town.
Let's get back. We need a room to Jet here. He's a visitor from the west.
Hello. Sure, the room says 4 silvers per night. Kind of starts to fumble and kind of pulls out and kind of counts. Kind of clings off, like takes up this keychain, kind of pulls a key, smack it, kind of smack it. It seemed to. Thank you. There you go. So, anything else to warm up?
I think we should get going again. Just want to
Yes.
make sure that he had a place to stay.
Oh, you have the key. Kind of waddles off. Again.
Let's go to the library.
Yeah.
Very well.
Into the library. You open up and there's Brett is sitting there again, just reading something.
Brett,
Oh, hi.
can you edit?
Go ahead.
Are you good at identifying magic items?
I can try.
Uh,
Maybe
I
too difficult.
think you could try on this circlet. I acquired it quite recently.
Where's it? Well then, kind of start.
Take all your time. I think it's good training for you.
Kind of opens like 3 or 4 books. They kind of starts to mumble for himself.
I guess
As you look
Vanya is
up,
in the back.
Vanya's kind of standing there. Again, the same kind of stature in her back. Oh, I see you returned.
Yeah. This is
practicing that.
He's enchanter of the whatever the town's name again was.
Latvia?
Yeah, kind of
Latvia,
looks at her with
sorry.
large
My
eyes.
apologies.
It kind of does almost like a bow. Wow. Not often we get people visiting from Latvia. At least not interested in books.
It's kind of for research. We managed to find more stuff.
Really? At least for
Yeah.
me. It turns around. Gotta get. Yet is almost the first one to start following. And yeah.
We have the pieces, right? You have
If you
taken
took
it
them off
out
the
of
horse, I assume you probably did.
Yeah. I guess
Yeah.
Jet would have done it.
You enter her kind of this laboratory that she has, her research facility, which but bunch of benches, this alchemy station, and everything, and kind of does an incantation, and you see all the books from one table kind of closes and clears and kind of flies and fills a bookcase that was on the side. If you may.
Very well. I signal to Jet. He's the one that has the.
Yeah, kind of gets the bag over and kind of gently puts it down and kind of sorts all the pieces out, like all 5. He kind of looks at it. Just like a short incantation. Oh. This is... worrying. If I'm gonna be entirely honest.
What can you tell us?
Well, it's definitely conjuration. So I assume this is... We talked about the hag summoning something, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yeah. I have a feeling that whatever we shot down in the sewers of Latvia was something similar. Although it seemed bigger.
Yes, I can't tell you much, but I can tell you it's conjuration. And I can tell you it's abyssal.
Vessel.
I gotta see as Yet gets almost even more pale if it's possible. So, yes. It's bad.
I don't think I can read that. Yeah, I can read that.
You can read Abyssal.
Yeah.
Very well. Now that he kind of clicks like, yes, actually, that's Abyssal. If the problem you had at this point was Abyssal uses the same runes as Infernal. That was your issue. Now reading it as Abyssal, let me get the page up so I get this right. The letters change. So, the letters you instead have to work with is D,
D,
2S, 2O,
Oh.
a C,
C or C, yes.
C.
Oh,
Yes.
that's not said.
Not said, no, C. 2 R's and a A. The translation into common.
I repeat those out loud as it clicks.
And she does the mage hand that you also can do and kind of pulls a piece of paper and she writes them down. Well, this is definitely worsening. I assume you are familiar with the Abyss. At least your friend here seems to be, as he's right so getting worried.
I'm a farmer's girl. I don't get to hear about these things.
Well, how to just explain this? The Abyss is... It's pretty much considered the ultimate evil. Like, it's evil for the sake of being evil. As far as we know. And it's incredibly difficult for anyone from the Abyss to enter our plane of existence.
Let me guess, unless invited.
Or conjured. I don't know much about it, but what I can say right now is that anything that comes through one of these is nothing we want in our world or land. That's all I can tell for now. We need to research, we need to find out what's possible with these things. Oh boy.
Could I do like a general insight check on Jet to see if he's like, if there's anything that's off, anything that seems like I couldn't trust him.
Sure, roll a d20. Oh, an insight.
15.
15, like he just looks pale, mortified almost.
You okay there?
Not really. This is the second of these you have found, right? If I remember correctly?
Yes.
That's really bad. Still a coincidence, but it's bad.
Well, I'm doing the one, yeah. It's not all of it. And I
It's not.
take out the orbs and the small silver piece.
Oh. Yet seems to react to the silver piece, but the orbs himself, Vanya kind of takes and kind of puts down, looks at them. And with the silver piece, I don't think this one has anything to do with his. Looks more human made.
Wait. Do you know this? And I point at the silver piece.
That seems to be part of the Lord's emblem. Kind of starts to dig under his cloak, kind of pull up, and you see it similar. And out of just one corner of this kind of ornate thing that seems to be a piece of fabric, it's the symbol in the center. It would be a similar one. It fits.
Is it like he has the same thing?
Yes.
It is not that it's missing from his.
No, it's not missing from his. It's the same thing.
We found this in the portal remains when we destroyed it. You might have a problem in the Lord's group.
Kind of sits down heavily on a chair, like just staring at this point. Yeah. Humanoids are always the most complicated. Found. Don't follow any laws of nature.
Humanoids.
Yes,
That's a weird way to put it.
I can't just only say humans. That's kind of racist. I need to collect them. I can't say elves are flawless either. Or halflings, gnomes. Just easier to say humanoids.
So it's pretty clear. It's someone who can use magic. Someone who is a part of the Lord's men or women. And from what I know, what I heard, it is someone who opposes the Lord.
Well, can't help you there. So I have no knowledge. I don't know what your plan is now, but I will start looking into this thing. Can't promise how long it will take, but I will.
Is it Vanya that's speaking now?
Yes. This
Does
one.
that before also.
Yet it's just still staring. I will contact you when I figure something out, unless you wanna stay around or.
Oh yeah, you had that box.
Yes, I
No.
found. I have a box of some cards.
Yeah,
Metal.
that's illusion magic.
It seems very magical, but we're not quite sure what it does.
Well,
I gave Brett the circlet I had. Could he have a look at
this
this also?
he could probably look at both if you give him time. I would much definitely want to look into this one, because this one seems a lot more urgent.
Yes, that's why I gave the circuit for him.
Oh yes, are you staying in town, or should I send you a message when I'm done?
We are staying in town until further notice.
Yeah, we don't really have anywhere we need to be.
Well, yet are you supposed? Are you helping me? Yeah. I'll help. I'll help. Well, give me those bottles over there. And kind of starts to try to arrange these things, looking at the words. Oh,
we'll leave you to it.
Yeah, we'll leave you to it. But just one quick question. You ever heard about the old ones?
I have.
Was it the old ones?
Yes. Beings before time.
Oh. I believe they could be tied to this point toward. It's covered currently in a bracer.
I highly doubt it.
No, the things she has on her hand.
Ah. That I do not know. That I could not tell you either. But yes, I do know about the old ones, at least one of them. Well, I'm from there myself, so that's not a.
Where would this be?
Oh, Lauretala.
Laurithala.
Lauretala.
Is that the place? It's a place name or a...
No, it's the name of town. It's my hometown.
Is it far from here?
It's a few weeks travel, yes.
Could you point it on a map so I could... Would we be allowed in to that place?
Probably not.
Okay.
High elves are a bit... What's the term? Refined?
Reclusive.
Stuck up? Maybe? It's a better term.
I mean,
Yeah,
that
these are
just
one
means
of
that
them.
we need to have something that interests them enough.
That's also a possibility, yes. They are very keen on studying magic.
It's only a few weeks ago. Is it north?
No, it's southeast.
That's something to put in the back of your mind.
Yes, then I
You
then I
pointed
know
them in on a
the others of my kin is also included in the old ones, yes. One of them I actually don't know where they reside.
we heard that down under or something
Yes,
deep down.
you probably do not want to go meet them. It's the Drow, the Dark Elves.
Oh,
They are less keen to outsiders.
oh, yeah.
In the
I didn't even know
string up
where.
and let you be eaten by spiders kind of way.
Let's not
Then
go
there's
there then.
also some the Wood Elves, which I do not know where they would reside, to be honest. They have
What was the ones? There was something up in the north as well.
That could be the old dwarves, maybe?
Hmm.
Don't know.
We could check with.
Yes, those are considered to be before the time of man. Who have lived longer.
We could check with Dustuk.
I'm not certain
He might know.
he knows either.
No, no, he
It's
might
very
be.
far north.
Yeah, it might be. He might be from a. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, not all dwarves and elves have come from the same place. That's
Of course.
not how it works anymore. Yeah,
No,
those are the ones I know about. There might be more,
southeast.
as far as I know.
Wasn't there one more we read about?
West, north, and south, and one in the deep. The west would then be the to the wooden.
Yeah,
I suppose
so
so.
somewhere in the west.
Yes, so that's all four.
West, north, and south.
That's
So the
all of them.
higher. Yeah.
South would probably be the High Elf, the town of the High Elves then.
I mean, thank you very much. We know a little bit more about what to look for.
Could you point that out on a map if we ever wanted to try to go there? But
Do
I
you have
don't
a
think
map
we
that
will.
covers the southern regions?
Oh no, that's true. We might map does go that far. I guess you wouldn't have a map. I could copy one. Make a copy of it. But
I mean, I do, yes. Kind of goes around, pulls out like this scroll through it, and you kind of see, like, you see where Kerai is, and then it kind of goes. It doesn't go the entire southern border, but it kind of stops. And quite far to the east, and almost pretty much at the border land, you see the name Lauretalat.
would I?
That is translated to Goldwell in common.
Gold Valley.
Yes.
Would I be allowed to copy this map?
Sure, then be my guest. Table's yours.
It will. Yeah. Eonar, it will take some time to copy this map, so should we meet in at my? Oh,
Give
maybe
me
I
the
should.
cards. I'll go talk to Barry, see if we can figure something out.
Yes, here you have.
I grab them and go out.
Brett.
Brett.
Yeah. Brett.
I guess that I hope that Vanya corrected me.
It was.
Yes.
My apologies.
No worries.
So I will start.
You start
Copying
copying
it.
the map, and you start heading to Brett.
Mm.
Identify the next
Yeah.
second.
Yeah, Brett, we have this other thing as well. Could we check out while he's
Gonna have
drawing something?
like a feather pen, a quill in his mouth, like holding it too. Yeah, sure.
Can I help?
You know about magic?
I pick up a book with my mage hand.
Ah,
A little bit.
Yeah. With your help, the last thing we'll do for this session is that you figure out the circlet is a circlet of blasting. And the deck is a deck of illusions with 15 cards.
I have to check those up because I don't actually know what they do.
They both exist on D&D Beyond. But yeah, those are the magic cards.
Very well.
At the end of that, you have copied the map. We're gonna end today's session. We are already going over time as usual. Nothing new. Let me start the MVP poll. If you don't know the MVP, use... Let me use... We got the exclamation mark MVP for that. Where is the poll? There it is. And I'm gonna start this poll in just a few seconds.
Can the circlet of blasting be used by a non-magic user?
Yes.
Maybe, yes.
Magic item.
We'll do a
Non-attunement.
shorter 5-minute one this time and just see if... I think that's plenty of time for you to vote anyways, so... Yeah, the vote is up.
It's non-attunement.
It is.
Doesn't say
No,
that
it's
it
not.
requires attunement.
But it was not attunement. It's just wear if you long as you wear it.
Yeah.
At what level?
At its level. That's like first level. I think.
Second.
Level.
Yeah, second level.
What about the at higher levels?
No, this is only at lowest level.
Okay, so it's locked to second level, alright.
Yes. That's the thing with magic items, if it doesn't say otherwise.
I mean, that could be pretty good for you, unless...
Could be.
Couldn't it be?
But I think it would be better on you, actually.
But yeah. Plot thickens. Bit of answers and a bit of progress, and yes, vote for the MVP for someone who did something good, something awesome, something fun, and just something that you want to give a bit of a buff to. With the exclamation mark MVP, you get that one out. Yeah, we went a bit overtime again. We are... I suppose... a bit closer, but yeah. Also, feedback is also always welcome. Something we could improve on the stream layout, me as a DM or the players. They can improve something on their role-playing or how to play the characters. And that is welcome to being able to post here in chat or in the Discord, because we have a D&D channel for that.
I mean, the circlets... I kind of want to start talk more about loot than the session.
We can speak
We can do that
after
we
session.
can do that afterwards. Before now, we're doing feedback for a moment here. So if you have any feedback against me or against each other, now would be the time to do so.
I don't know. I thought it was a good session.
I don't feel good. I was a bit skeptical, but it started to get in place. I do notice that I need to describe places better, apparently. But apart from that, I think it would go good. I think I've been a bit of meta playing with the slime.
No. We researched that one last time.
You did? Yes. They researched it, actually, yeah. And it was pretty much like, when they knew it was there, you could just have blasted it from afar. There was nothing. You were a lot faster than it was, so. You could have just done that same thing all over and over again. And what I say,
I think.
and as you figured out, it wasn't hostile.
We didn't know if it was hostile or not, because it did not attack us, but
No.
I guess they have to get a new one. Well, it's their fault for not warning us about it.
Mhm.
Then we wouldn't have killed it, then we would have gone around it somehow. It's a quite smart system to have. Like, it's a good way to dispose of a corpse in D&D.
Hmm.
I've heard players having one in a pet in just in a place and then they just drop.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, well, but yeah, the magic item, you got 2 now. I felt like I need to give you something to feel a bit stronger. Just so I can throw stronger shit at you as well.
I just need to figure out who it fits best for, because spells I kinda already can do, so.
If I use that one, I can't use my bonus actions.
Yeah,
That's
that's
true.
true, so. I guess the deck, you can take the deck of illusions,
I
because you
still,
can.
I can use those in some circumstances before
Yeah.
a fight battle, but during the battle
Yeah,
I
I need to
might not
figure
be
out a
able to.
roll system for the deck of illusions. Some randomized system, because you draw them at
I
random.
think they have. I think
They
it
have a
has
table, yes, but the table is
one
34
on Leopold.
kind of pieces.
Ah, only one vote.
Unfortunately, yeah. Yeah, Leopold, you would have got MVP if we got enough votes. That's it.
Well, maybe not. The 2 other votes might have gone on Eonar. Who
That
knows?
means we're gonna put you first, that's for certain. Yeah, we just won. Yeah, I still gotta throw these pools out, but probably the only pool I will do until we get more people active in During. So on. Yeah, we'll get a bit of improvements. I would like to have it in person, but I don't have the equipment for that. And I'm not certain where I'm gonna be in a week. Well, to figure that out as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be pretty much it. If nothing else wants to be said or someone else has something questions, again, you can post them in Discord. If you didn't have time to post them in here, and yeah, thank you all so much for hanging for this journey. We'll pick this up next week. See what the party figures out then. So, next time.
Bye-bye.